the 4 games left?
16, 17, 15? Yeah, 3 games.
Yeah, I think they'll win 3 of those 4.
4 games, yeah.
So now on to the NFC.
NFC East.
NFC East. You gotta start out there, and it will be the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, that's obvious because everybody else is hurt.
We'll see, Mikey.
Yep, see Mike.
Hey, it's been real.
Thanks for coming in.
Looking forward to this being a regular occurrence.
Of course.
So we got Dallas in the NFC East, coming in at 7-5. Philly and Washington both at 6-6.
You have to go with the Cowboys.
I like Philly in this division actually.
To win the division?
To win the
I just don't think
What-
Philly's been
what's-
playing well.
Under what circumstance are they going
It's
to go?
possible.
I mean,
They have to win.
they have to win
I'm
out and
out.
still play at Dallas, at the Rams, at the Texans.
So Philly plays Dallas this week, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if Philly plays Dallas this week, Philly wins. They're both
Who won
at
the
7-6.
Super
I
Bowl?
don't see why that's such a.
Who won
I
the
think
Super
it's a stretch because they have at Houston.
At the Rams.
At the
home-
Rams.
At the Rams, home against Houston.
Who won the Super Bowl last year, Jake?
That was a complete fluke.
Yeah,
Now that we
No,
see it, that was a fluke.
I just
they're
hate
not
how
the
They
same
were
Drake,
bad.
were
They were
last
horrible
year.
2 years
I just
ago.
hate how
They won the
Drake-
Super Bowl and they're horrible now.
I just hate how Drake's acting like the Eagles aren't in contention at all.
Yeah, like I don't see it as that.
It's a
much of
possibility.
I don't see that
Okay,
either.
but you look at the
I'm not saying they're gonna
They have
win.
to play at Dallas. They have to play at the Rams. They have to
I
play
think
home
I'm
against
not
Dallas.
saying
the Eagles are gonna win it.
Dallas's last 3 games are the Giants, the Colts, and the Buccaneers.
I never
Yeah,
said the
with the
Eagles.
rest
I
of-
never said the Eagles will win it, but I think it's not that far of a stretch at all if they win it.
No, I think you can say that now, but 3 weeks from now, when Philly loses all 3 of those games, and Dallas wins out because they have a weak schedule left.
There's a chance.
I'm just saying like this.
It's not
the
a far
stretch.
stretch.
It's not like they're.
It's not like the Eagles are a horrible football team.
They aren't good.
I'm not saying they're. I'm not saying
they
they're
have
great.
they have a
They're
one,
they're a
they-
decent football team.
They have one worse loss than the Cowboys, and I hate to argue the Cowboys. The Cowboys are done with the hard part of their schedule,
And they're honest-
and the
they're-
Eagles
they're
still have the
hot.
hardest part of their
We guys
schedule
read
left.
this. If the Cowboys win this week, they're in.
I
think
have
the Cowboys
the
are in
Eagles-
already.
I have the Cowboys winning the division. I was
Redskins
just
are
trying to argue
trash,
Brody,
Eagles
like,
are
I don't
trash.
think
The Eagles
you
win this
act-
week.
I
It's a
don't
debate.
think the Cowboys lose again until they play the Rams.
I
Whenever-
agree.
I could agree.
Whenever it'll be, whether it's NFC Championship game or if it's after the wild card, I don't think they lose until they play the Rams. They figured out the Saints. Obviously, they held them to 10 points.
I agree.
The Rams are just, they scare me. Beginning of the year sounds dumb now, but before the year started, I had Jags Rams as my Super Bowl, so Jags didn't pan out.
They're horrible.
But,
Getting rid of Blake Bortles, breaking news.
Exactly. Until the Rams started out 6-0, people were constantly sleeping on them. They didn't understand the moves they made in the offseason. And I think the Rams are almost they're a serious. I think they have a really good chance to win it all.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be
Sean
like
McVay.
LA. So I think
So you have.
I got Philly. Yeah, Philly winning.
Cowboys.
Philly Cowboys.
Okay,
I have
so
Dallas.
Dallas, for sure.
Cowboys, yeah.
Alright, then speaking of the Rams, the NFC West.
Yeah, NFC West. You got
No
the
brainer.
Rams already clinched the
So
win. So
they-
Yeah.
No.
Who else
no
is in that
argument.
division?
So you have
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks
Seattle's
are-
7-5.
They're not
Seahawks
bad, but
aren't
they
bad.
are not good.
Don't
They also
underestimate
have
Russell
Cardinals and
Wilson.
They have Arizona and San Francisco at the bottom, and they're just horrible.
That's
So-
horrible.
Yeah, the Rams already
This is a
clinched at
horrible
11.
division.
That's the worst division of football.
So the NFC
No,
South.
NFC
What's worse?
NFC South.
NFC South, you have New Orleans at 10-2, and Carolina at 6-6, coming in at second place. So
Carolina's losing this week.
with a win this week, the Saints will clinch.
Yeah. There's no brainer that
Yeah.
Same.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
I think
New
those
Orleans.
I
New
think they're the
Orleans
best
will
team in the
pick
NFL right now.
New Orleans would have to lose out, and the Carolina Panthers would have to win out. So obviously the Saints.
I think Carolina loses this week to the Browns.
So the Saints obviously will.
New
For
Orleans.
sure, the Saints get that one. NFC North can have some a toss up there. Go ahead and you can start that one out.
Yeah.
It's between Minnesota and Chicago.
Yeah, the Bears are at 8-4. Minnesota's at 6-5-1. The Bears losing last week in a close game against the Giants,
The
which
Giants.
is a little scary.
That's horrible.
That is a bad loss, but they Chase Daniel.
Was Trubisky? Yeah, Trubisky was.
Trubisky's
Chase
back
Daniel
this
was
week,
He's back.
which helps them a lot for sure.
Defense.
Defense is still playing well, but a little shaky against Eli and the Giants' offense last week. They did play well against Saquon, though. Saquon didn't have that good of a game.
Just that hurt.
I
Just a
don't
lot
know
of
if the Bears
field
can
goals
keep
and
it
what
up,
you
to
got
be
that
honest with you. I don't know.
I think the Bears definitely win the division because Minnesota's 2 games back right now,
Yeah.
so they'd have to make
I
up
think
a
the
lot of ground
the
quickly.
Bears stumble to the end, make the playoffs lose.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think.
Yeah.
They stumble, make the playoffs, win their division, but then they're out early.
Yeah, it's true. I have Chicago as well.
Yeah.
I have Minnesota winning that division. I really
Nah,
do.
I
have them-
can see
I have
it.
them winning now.
Yeah. But-
I can see
We'll do
Trubisky
Super
coming
Bowl
back from this
next
injury and not being as dominant. I can also see that.
I actually have them in the wild card matchup in the first week.
Chicago does play Minnesota this week.
Yeah.
So Minnesota wins that
Ooh,
game.
big
Things
game.
get things get rolling. Maybe who knows? But the wild card races in the NFC, it's really tight actually.
It is.
You
It's
got
really
Tighter than the AFC?
No.
With only
Yeah.
6
It
and
is.
6
Yeah,
teams?
Yeah, it
they're
is.
actually there's no one that's like more than 7
mean,
wins.
it's
Crazy.
tough.
No, yeah, you can
Yeah.
say Philly and Washington. I mean, obviously Washington has
Philly,
Mark Dirty Sanchez playing quarterback,
Seattle.
so
Seattle, Minnesota, and Carolina.
I feel bad for Colt McCoy.
yeah,
Hate to see it, man.
you do.
I think the Redskins are
Out.
sadly they're out of
They're done.
They had
contention.
some problems.
So that would leave us Philly, Minnesota, Carolina, and Seattle for 2 spots.
I would say Seattle and
Yeah, for sure.
I say,
Minnesota, like, no
I say
doubt.
Seattle and Minnesota as well.
So Seattle comes in at 7-5. They're in right now in the wild card,
Yeah,
and then the
Carolina's
other wild
interesting.
card is Minnesota.
I think that's a lock.
I
I
see
think
it.
those both lock out.
The Redskins
I
are bad now, and then the Panthers. I don't think.
Yeah, the Panthers are playing horrible
Yeah.
football. Lost, I believe, 4 in a row. Yeah, lost
Yeah.
4 in a row.
5 in a row after a month.
And so Seattle definitely gets in. Russell Westbrook is known to be
Russell Westbrook.
Russell
Russell
Westbrook.
Russell
Open
Wilson,
there.
Russell Wilson's known to be great down the stretch, and he's
He knows
really
how to
turned
make
it on.
plays.
He's been in 2 Super Bowls,
Yeah.
won 1. I mean,
And
like,
he's just playing fantastic football. Won 3 in a row. Carolina obviously lost 4. Don't like them at all. Washington, both their quarterbacks getting hurt. So that leaves me with Philly and Minnesota. Philly's won 2 in a row. And I think Minnesota loses their 2nd in a row against Chicago this week, knocking them out, and Philly gets in the wild card.
Wow.
Really?
Carson Wentz is playing great football.
One question: you did have the Eagles winning the NFC East. If
Yeah.
they were to win, would you put the Cowboys in the wild card?
Yeah, so I was just going
The
based
second,
off.
second place in NFC East will get the wild card.
Yeah.
You're saying?
Yeah,
agree.
2nd
Okay.
place in the NFC East. I do have Philly winning the division, but just based for the argument.
For right now, yeah. I was just curious if you didn't. if
We
you
had
were-
Dallas is ahead right now,
Yeah,
so I just
yeah,
assumed.
yeah.
But yeah, 2nd place in the NFC East makes the wild card slot.
Sure.
Understandable.
okay.
So
Super Bowl picks.
Yeah, Super Bowl pick. So that would leave us.
Start that one out, bro.
So in the NFC,
We'll do conference championships too. Just give it the final 4 and then. go
All right,
on.
well, I don't know how like it matches up, like what
Yeah,
teams
Yeah,
play.
we'll just do
So
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Okay.
Just do Super
So
Bowl.
out of the NFC, I like New Orleans a lot
Yeah.
because they
Who do you have?
leadership
Who do you have them
of
playing
leaders.
against?
New Orleans in the Super Bowl, and in the AFC I like NFC I like New Orleans. AFC, I honestly, I think I like New England.
Wow.
I mean,
You
I
hate
don't-
to see
Drew
it,
Brees
but
and
it's
Tom
gonna
Brady.
They're the
First-
same team every
You
year.
hate to see it.
I
and
don't
it
think the
is gonna
Chiefs are
happen.
for real.
I don't.
I
I
really
Without
don't.
Kareem Hunt,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Without
Kareem
without
Hunt.
Kareem
Who
Hunt,
do they
that's
have?
Their
big.
offense
Spencer
is-
Ware.
Their offense is taking a backseat for sure.
People are just gonna just start dropping into coverage.
Yeah.
I know Spencer Ware played fantastic. What was that 2 years ago when he stepped in?
Yeah.
I mean, he can make
Yeah.
plays, but
No one's like
Big shoes.
Kareem Hunt was 3rd in
Yeah,
a
let's bring Jamal
NFL
Charles back.
rushing.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Get him off
Yeah,
the
I
don't
jump
think
line,
the
just
Chiefs are
third
real.
string.
I
Yeah,
think
but-
it comes down to the Chargers and New England. Pittsburgh's playing really well, or had been playing really well
Till
until
they-
2 losses in a row.
Until the second half against the
Uh,
Chargers.
Those are situational losses.
Texans
I think,
are
man.
They're not-
Texans are a
they're a
great
year
regular
off.
season team.
I don't think they'll make
But,
it far in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, Bill O'Brien, like
Yeah.
they I don't know if they've won a game in the
I'd
playoffs.
say give him a year or 2.
Last year, I believe, was their first time ever in the playoffs. Is that correct?
Well,
Sean Watson is still very
in
young.
his era,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I believe it might have been.
No, they had
in-
2 years ago. They lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that like 35-point comeback, whatever. Yeah,
So I mean,
that's your Super Bowl there, bro.
yeah, I like
Who do you have winning?
Saints.
The Saints.
Saints
My-
versus New England with Drew Brees getting his Super Bowl ring.
As I
Second
stated
Super
before, I do like LA. I did say that LA was the Rams were a very scary team. I mean, I would love to see Philip Rivers get his ring, which I think he really
I think
deserves.
everybody in the room would love to see Philip Rivers.
Sure.
win.
He
Yeah.
deserves
Yeah.
that.
I don't
but
think he will,
Most
but
underappreciated quarterback of all time.
Yes.
I think Sean
Hall of Famer
McVay
for
and
Sean.
the LA Rams run the table the rest of the year and go 17-1 win it, or 18-1 win it all.
I do like your LA.
Like that?
I do. I like it a lot. It's really
It'd be
interesting.
really
I
great
can't really
to see.
argue against it, really.
There are a lot of
So
liking.
who are
The
you
Chargers
telling?
that's tough.
My only argument would be the youth of Jared Goff. I know he's been playing great, but the youth
Sean
of Goff.
McVay though.
Sean McVay's
Sean
awesome.
Coach, that's their
Genius.
biggest piece right there. Their coach.
All right, Z, what's your Super Bowl?
I'm gonna go. I'm not copying Brody at all, but I do like New Orleans and New England a lot. But I'm gonna give it to New England just because they're New England. I'm sorry, that's my argument, but they're the same team every year.
No,
And
people know
nobody-
what you mean when you say just New England.
Like, people know how they
Winning
play.
history.
It doesn't matter who's in for New England. Everybody produces. I mean,
Yeah.
Philip Dorsett was their leading receiver at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year.
Yeah, Tom, and then they added Josh Gordon. I don't know if he's healthy right now, but
He's
still,
playing.
that's
He's
a
playing.
2 touchdowns last
that's
year.
Yeah,
a
he's
that's a
playing pretty
threat.
I
You
know.
think Gronk will show up in the playoffs?
I think so.
Gronk's gonna
I don't think
finish
Gronk's
his,
showing up all season.
Gronk's gonna finish his career playing at 75% like he has been this year.
Yeah.
I think
But
I
he's
think
still
this
one
could
of
be
the
his
top
last
tight
year.
ends.
But I have Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl.
Yeah, which is incredible.
6, that'd be. Is that most ever for a
Yeah.
quarterback?
Hey, big
Is
news.
that passing Bradshaw?
1,000 rushing yards for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big.
probably-
Shout out Michael
Big
Beebe.
stat there.
Big play.
No, but I got New England getting another ring.
How
All
about
right,
you?
I have I'd say the Chargers. So the Chargers are gonna streak to
Really?
the
Win it
Super
all.
Against
No, just in that.
Oh,
in the
okay.
AFC.
Yeah.
In the AFC. The Chargers are gonna streak to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were playing well.
They're playing very well, but can they keep it going?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the big
They're
question.
streaking to the Super Bowl. They're gonna play. I'd say the Saints.
When does Melvin Gordon come
The
back?
problem I have
2
with
weeks, I think.
the problem
Yeah,
I
2
have
weeks.
with the Saints, they already beat the Rams.
I don't think they can beat them.
Can you beat the Rams twice?
Yeah.
So
It's
tough.
tough.
So tough.
So
That's
tough.
the thing.
That's a toss-up for me right there, honestly.
All right, so
Drew Brees seniority. over
right
Jared
now,
Goff.
right now, I have Chargers, Saints, and I think the Chargers win it.
Wow.
I just
Wow.
think.
Well, everybody would love to see.
That's-
Because I
Philip
think we're looking at the Chargers right now. This is it. This is like
Oh, yeah.
this is
Philip
Philip
Rivers'
Rivers
last
cannot
year.
produce like he is right now. He's having a fantastic season. If Pat Mahomes and Drew Brees weren't having the seasons they were, I'd say he's up there for
MVP.
MVP.
For sure.
Especially the past like 2-3 weeks.
Philip Rivers.
And then
Five
Derwin
years.
James, you get Joey Bosa back. He'll rush that passer.
Yeah.
The quarterback throws up a heave, and you got Derwin James back there, who's the best rookie in the NFL.
Casey Bennett.
Do you
Yeah.
think-
Who do you think? Drake, who do you
Hayward,
think?
too.
Who do you think the
Yeah,
best rookie in the
Casey
NFL is?
Saquon Barkley.
Really?
No.
No,
No.
That's huge. He said that. That is huge.
Saquon Barkley's third in the league in rushing. He's a threat.
I was
in
gonna
the
say,
passing
Yeah,
game.
Cowboys fan. That's big.
And Lane's, he's not even the best defense. If Leighton Van Der Esch is
I'm a
better
big
defensive.
Leighton Vander Esch guy now.
Yeah, I like him.
But do you guys think Philip Rivers gets into the Hall of Fame
Yes.
without a ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Oh, for
Regardless-
sure.
Regardless if he wins or not.
I mean, you gotta look at it. How many good quarterbacks have there been in the past few years? Brett Favre's already in.
Yeah.
So now you got Drew Brees, Tom
Roethlisberger.
Brady, Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers,
Rodgers.
and Philip Rivers are like,
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
They all get in.
and those are the 5 that get in within the
What
next
about
10
Russell
years.
Wilson?
Not yet. I wouldn't even
he's
say.
still, he's
He's-
still
he's on
relatively
the-
young.
The quarterbacks that are in the second half of their career, those 5 or 6, they're
Yeah.
gonna get in.
All right, Dino, what's your picks?
Yeah, my pick in NFC, I have Saints. Just the fact of how potent their offense is.
We all have the Saints.
And their defense has been streaking lately.
Yeah, they have a
They're doing
great
pretty
rush
good.
defense. Too.
And then in the AFC, by the skin of their teeth, I think the Steelers.
I don't
do.
mind that pick.
It was
I
my, it
really
was my
don't
pick
mind
at
that
the
pick.
beginning of the year, and I'm sticking with it. But I think the Saints will destroy the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
But
One problem I have with the Steelers, they're normally a consistent team. They are streaking now.
Yeah.
Lose to
Yeah.
Baltimore. Baltimore's good, but they're
They're
not.
Big Ben's not
They lost to
consistent.
Baltimore with Joe
Yeah,
Flacco.
Big Ben has to play well for them to, and that's why I said by the skin of their teeth. Is because it seems that all of the Steelers games come down to the last minute
For
these
sure.
days, and
And
I
with
don't know.
James Conner being hurt, you
yeah,
got
that's big. Yeah.
Who's their running back?
Jalen Samuels.
Jalen Samuels.
Everybody here has picked the Saints, but Drake. I don't know.
I had a
Because-
reasonable argument.
No,
but it's like- it's
you
like
no,
weird.
it's totally reasonable. I'm just saying what Bean brought up earlier. Do you think
I don't know.
the Saints
See,
can beat
back
the
in-
Chargers? or
As
not
of right
the
now, I
Rams
think the
twice?
Saints are the better team.
They are. Yeah, I agree.
So hey, if you see the Saints are the better team, then are the Cowboys the best team in the league?
That
No.
does not count at all. I bet the Browns have a few Super Bowls if we're counting it like that. Alright.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great playoff race. A lot of high caliber teams.
It'll be exciting.
Off
for sure.
topic.
A lot of offense.
Off topic. Does Joe Flacco get in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Now that we were just talking
No,
about Does Joe Flacco get in the Hall of
You
Fame?
guys are
I think
right,
it's
though,
close
right?
to
It's a
the
ring.
It's a I think you consider it, but I don't think that he's done enough.
I think if he gets in, it's in like 40 years.
I think
Yeah.
it's
He'll be dead. He'll be
Like
dead.
Ray Guy.
based
Yeah,
off
big Ray guy.
like the other quarterbacks of his era, he's just had an unlucky time. He's been playing with Brady, Rodgers.
Maybe in a different generation,
Roethlisberger.
but
And you
No
gotta say
way.
the defense carried
No
him.
chance.
The
No
defense
chance.
carried him.
He hasn't even been the best
Love him,
quarterback in
big
his
dog.
division. He's played with.
He's
every-
not even the best quarterback on his team.
yeah, right now
played
he's
with
not.
Ed Reed
But
and Ray Lewis.
I don't know.
I just.
Is he? Or another question: is he elite?
Oh, he's on the league.
I think he can.
Has
be.
he ever been
He
elite?
can. be.
Dak is better than
He
him.
for
Yeah,
sure
he
was.
was.
elite.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Dak. Oh, we're not talking.
All right,
He
well-
for sure was an elite quarterback. But yeah, this playoff picture is very
Exciting.
exciting.
So many 6 and 6.
NFL
NFL's best league in sports.
Yeah, I mean,
It,
a
it's
lot
just.
of
I think it's the most fun to watch right now.
For sure.
The NBA. I mean, it's looking like a fun year in the NBA. But I mean, like
No.
we all know Golden State's gonna be.
No
there.
one cares
Yeah,
about the NBA regular season.
yeah. These high-powered offenses.
Offense.
And all these 6 and 6, 7 and 5 teams that are chasing the wild card, it's gonna end up well and be a fantastic playoff picture.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So
Excited to watch
that'll
it.
wrap up playoff picture.
Yep.
Get after it next week.